lesson is going to talk about a few different factors that affect reaction rates. And so first off, in general, something that's going to increase the number of collisions between the particles is going to increase the reaction rate. And so that's kind of going to be the basis of our understanding of these different factors, is how they affect the number of collisions between the particles. And so first, if we look at concentration, a high concentration of reactants is going to lead to more effective collisions per unit time, just because we have more present. So this is going to increase the reaction time because we're going to have more collisions. And so if we just kind of look at an example of this, we just draw a beaker, and if we have just a few reactants, we have like a low concentration equals few collisions, because there's just not much there and we have a bigger space to occupy, so there's a smaller chance that they're going to bump into each other. Now, if we have a high concentration, see, we have a lot more here, so we have a higher concentration of reactants. We're going to have more collisions, because even you can just tell by the picture there's less free space involved. So this is going to equal a faster reaction rate. So high concentration of reactants leads to a faster reaction rate. Next, if we look at a catalyst lowers the activation energy of the chemical reaction, which in turn increases the reaction time. And the way a catalyst can do this is by increasing the frequency of collisions. It can also alter the orientation of the reactants, which will make the collisions more efficient, or more effective, I guess. And it can also reduce the intramolecular bonding within the reactant molecules. So by reducing their intermolecular bonding, they can form products faster. So these will all result in a faster reaction rate. And another thing to note is that catalysts are not consumed during the reaction. And so if we look, we can just draw a little diagram. This top line is going to be how the energy required without a catalyst present. And this line will be with a catalyst. And then we have our products here we have our reactants here. So this is just kind of a visual of how it lowers the activation energy. So since it has less energy required to make the reaction proceed, it's able to proceed faster. And so finally we're going to look at surface area. And increasing the surface area has no effect on the energy of the particles, but it increases the number of sites available for the reaction to occur at. And so if we draw a diagram here to compare, if we look at this example, just draw some little particles. In this block, our surface area is equal to, we'll just call it 8 units, because there's 8 little squares along the outside where the reactants can have a reaction, I guess. So this will have 8 reaction sites. And then if we take those same 4 cubes, but now we break them apart, we're going to increase their surface area. And so now the surface area is 16 units, which means 16 reaction sites. And so if we have these same little particles floating around, now we have all of these different sides where the reactants can potentially bump into. So we have quite a few more, so there's a greater chance that the reaction will occur because there's more spots for it. So by increasing surface area, we get more reaction sites, which results in a faster reaction. So that is how concentration, catalyst, and surface area affect reaction rates.